Hello students, this is Dr. Praveen Tripathi and with me is the legend himself, Dr. Gobind Rai Garg.
Hello everyone.
Students, today we would be discussing the schedule for NEET PG 2026 and INI-CET November 2025. We'll be discussing in detail the strategy and the schedule and how you can crack it. So, Goga sir, first of all, INI-CET May was an eye-opener for us. The topper also got 80% marks. This is quite a major difference from the last years when the students were crossing 90%. Yeah. So, sir, there are certain lessons that we have learned from INI-CET May 25 and also, Goga sir, the second shift of NEET PG 24. Yes. Sir, do you agree with this line? Era of the direct repeats is gone.
Yes, if not gone, they are minimal now. So earlier 20%, 25% questions were direct repeats. But now that era has gone. There will not be hardly maybe 1 or 2% direct repeats. Right. So questions are similar but not direct.
In fact, even the PYQs that were very frequently asked, even they were asked in a twisted manner in the last 2-3 exams. Yes. Why is it important? It is important because now we know that deeper questions are being asked, clinical questions are being asked. Goga sir, something interesting happened. We were interviewing top 20 students. In one of the interviews, I was asking the student, how much do you think you would have scored? By that time, he had not seen his score sheet. And he thought that I must have scored more than 85%. And then I told him that 85% is not being scored even by the topper. Yeah. So please see, it was 75%. So students were not even aware that they have made mistakes. Why? The questions were so deep, the questions were so clinical that after the exam, students thought that they have done very well. But in reality, they had missed certain things.
And this is, we are talking about a topper.
Toppers, exactly.
The top 20 students. Right. And an average students, they think that we have made much more corrects as compared to what they have actually done.
Right. A big problem, Goga sir, that we are seeing is this word, clustering. Yeah. Sir, we had almost 40,000 students taking our NEET PG mocks. And we were looking at the result. 110 to 125, everybody is getting stuck. And the problem is in every single mark, there are thousands of students. Yes. And that too in the mocks. In the real exam, I don't know what will happen. So if you want to avoid the clustering students, you'll have to do these things. You'll have to develop concepts. You'll have to go deeper. So that creates a problem. The problem is we keep on saying that revision is important. Now, if the questions are being asked from deeper aspects of the subject, and if you have to study more comprehensively, how do you ensure at least 3 revisions or 2 revisions? That is going to be the biggest challenge, Goga sir, yes, for the students who are preparing now. At the same time, students, we are very happy. Mission 2.0, the Cerebellum's flagship program, had great results. When we started Cerebellum, we said we would not talk about strike rate a lot. But today we want to talk about it. We had a strike rate of 86%. 86% of the questions were from Mission 2.4 program. Why am I talking about it? Strike rate concept, Goga sir, if I teach for 1500 hours, and if I say my strike rate is 95%, I think that's poor from a teacher's perspective. The good thing about Mission was it was a program of around 400 to 450 hours. And I'm talking about the main program. This is something that is manageable in the sense that you can revise it. And because we were able to get a good strike rate with a limited duration of time, that is why we are so happy and so proud of this strike rate. And Goga sir, all of them have seen, yes, so many toppers, so many interviewers talked about the Mission program. So I think we got something right here.
Yeah. Basically, what I used to say since 20 years, that if you are studying for 2000 hours or 2500 hours, and then you are getting 95%, 98, even 100% strike rate, that is a poor thing. Right. Because it is very difficult to remember so much the things you are studying. Right. But if you are doing something for 400, 450 hours, and out of that around 90%, 85% you are getting, that means there is high chances that you can mark that correctly in the exam. So that's a great thing that we have got that from the limited things which we teach. Not limited, that means comprehensive things, whatever are required, without any extra hi-fi things which are not required. And we are getting that 85% plus strike rate. So that's a great thing to achieve.
When we started conceptualizing Mission program, Goga sir told us one thing, that main videos can be too much. It's difficult to revise them. The rapid revision videos sometimes are lesser. And sir wanted to create something in between, which is comprehensive at the same time revisable. And sir, I think your vision, we were able to hit the bullseye, something between the two, not 1000 hours, not 150 hours, 400 hours, but the strike rate speaks for itself. Goga sir, structure. We keep on talking about the structure. So what exactly is the structure?
So basically, when a student starts studying, like a student who is going to prepare for 2026, they will think that I have too much of time.
Right.
I have 1 year and I can do so much study. So they start studying. So they will finish one subject or maybe 2 subjects in 3 months because they try to do everything in deep.
Right.
But after 3 months, they will suddenly realize the time is not there. Then they will try to finish everything, rest of the subjects very quickly.
Right.
And they will not be able to comprehensively grasp the things which they want to. So that's the problem, because that lack the structure, because they are giving too much time for one thing and too less time for other thing. So here we are giving the program in a structured manner that you have to spend these many days on this subject and these many days on this subject, so that you can give enough time to every subject which is required.
Goga sir, I'll share something. I was talking to rank 15 and he of course was a good student, and I asked him, why did you come into mission classes? Why did you change the source that you were using? And he told me that he was given this advice by his senior, that follow mission, because the schedule that they give, you can just follow it blindly and you would be able to complete everything and revise it multiple things. So this is what structure is all about. Completing things in time. You know, when you are studying, keeping one eye on the last date as well.
Yes.
That complete it in time, revise, go for exam, get a great rank. So revisions would always be the key. Ensuring that revisions happen in time while starting with the course takes you very far. Goga sir, ENDs has become a very famous word. For those who do not know it, what exactly is END? And so, you gave this word, END.
Yeah. So END is basically examination and discussion. So it is a different word for test and discussion. So these ENDs, these are live. So what we commonly do, we take a test. Subject teacher will give a test. So you have to appear for that test. And after that, the teacher will discuss the questions. So what is the most important thing in ENDs are, you can get to know where you are making mistake and how you need to think about that question. Because many times what I have seen, that when you give a test and after that you match the test, you can get the correct answers, but you cannot get the crux that why that correct answer, in which manner you have to think about that question. So many times the students have benefited a lot from these ENDs, so they can get into the direction that how you need to think about a particular question. So many times in the exam, even without knowing many options, you can answer that because of your correct approach to the question.
So the art of solving MCQs is what we do in ENDs. And then of course PYQs. So in Cerebellum, in Mission 2.0 and then the Mission 3.0 that we are about to announce, we always focus on PYQs. Why? Because see, when you're starting with the studies and you see the PYQs that were asked, you know which topics are important. The direct PYQs are unlikely to come, but PYTs again are going to remain important. They were important, they are important, they will remain important.
So as we keep on saying, that jo aaya hai wahi aayega.
Exactly. Alright. So what does a student need to crack INI-CET NEET PG exam? So in the last 3.5 years of running these things and last 20 years of our experience, these are some of the things that we need to do. Of course, complete course in time, multiple revisions, schedule and structure, I think is a big one, right? Knowing what to do, when to stop, when to move to the next subject, all of this is going to be very important. Again, concepts are back, right? There was a time in the past when AIMS exam used to be conducted and they used to ask really good conceptual question. 75% was enough to top AIMS. There was a time. Then things changed, students started scoring 92, 94, 95 because everything was PYQ. And things are reverting back to the original. Again, concept building is important. Factual questions would always be important, but this is what is creating all the difference, because this can take only you to 120, 130, the cluster. The threatening part of entrance exam is to end in the cluster. If you want to get away from it, concept building. MCQ practice is important, PYQ, PYT is important, and GT is important. So all of you know that. So students, now we'll talk about Mission 3.0. So we're in the third year. We started with Mission 1.0, then we had Mission 1.5, Mission 2.0, and now we are ready for Mission 3.0. The basic structure of Mission 3.0, sir and I would explain you. It's a live program. We have video-based programs, recorded videos. We have physical live programs. Mission is somewhere in between, trying to get the good of both the worlds. So say you are somebody who does not like sitting for 12 hours in the class. There are so many students who say that, sir, in the live class after 5-6 hours, we just cannot concentrate. Then there are so many students who don't live in the big cities where all the live classes are held. At the same time, there are so many students who say that when I see a video And our video, it takes me 2 hours to complete, even when I'm seeing it at 2x speed. Why? My concentration is not there. So to solve all these things, the mission program was launched, which was a live program. And in this live program, what we did, the entire course is covered by the faculties in a live manner. You are on the app, the faculty is teaching, it's a live program, you can ask your doubts, but more than doubts, the important thing is you are forced to follow it. When you are sitting live and when your mind starts to wander, you are afraid that I would fall behind. I would not be able to complete the course. That is what brings the discipline, that is what brings the structure, and that is what brings the success in the exam.
Guga sir, so basically this live program, the mission program, it will give you the benefits of both the physical class as well as the recorded videos, leaving behind the limitations of that.
Right.
Like in the physical classes, the good thing is there is a good concentration. You follow the teacher, you are forced to study because teacher is teaching. Yeah? That you will get in the live classes. But in the physical classes, the limitation is you need to travel long distances. Then you need to sit continuously for 10-12 hours a day. So these limitations are not there because the live classes will be for 5 to 6 hours, and plus you can do at your home. So these problems are not there. Similarly, in the recorded videos, the problem is of concentration. You start watching a recorded video. So one thing, you need to concentrate a lot. Even then 1 hour video will finish in 2 hours. And even after that, your brain will wander here and there. Maybe you will watch video for half an hour, 1 hour, then you start scrolling the reels. Lot of time is wasted. So that problem is not there because in this, the teacher is sitting in front of you. So in between, you can ask doubts also. There will be joke cracking also. So your concentration level is much better. So advantages of both of these will be present in these live programs.
As Goga sir taught about and explained about ENDs, after live class is over, there will be a test and discussion again live for the same subject. Late night PYQs. If you look at the interviews of the toppers, all of them talk about late night PYQs. It's a very simple thing. At the end of the day, when you are already tired, when you don't want to read anything new, a test is made live in the app which has 50 questions, 70 questions in different stages. All of them are PYQs. The good thing is, once you start taking these tests for 4, 5, 6 days, you tend to get into that habit. There were students, sir, I remember they were telling you that, when they did not take the test, it felt as if something is missing.
Yes.
So see, that's a beautiful thing. That is all, schedule is all about.
So I was talking to many of the toppers who got the ranks that they thought that after the exam is over and they were not doing PYQs at the night and they were thinking something is missing. Yeah.
Alright, we also have something called as midday module. Now late night PYQs happens late, like 10 PM at night after dinner. After lunch, when your energy levels go down a bit, some questions, 25, 30 questions are again given in the app as a test. In the initial part, they are from the QBank, right? Later on, even they are from PYQs. So they are kind of a custom module made by the teacher. So basically what happened in this midday modules, we asked all the faculties that, see, you have to give 200 questions from your subject. Which 200 questions will you choose from the QBank? Which are the most important? And those questions were chosen by the faculty and they are given as midday module. Later, as we go closer to the exam, we try to give more of PYQs.
So basically why these two things are done, so that you are thorough with the PYQs, because you cannot skip PYQs at least, because you know that these questions have been asked. So similar type of questions, similar topics, they will be asked later on. And many times what the students tend to do is they keep it for last, that we will do PYQs on the last month or last days, and that day never comes. And at the end, you miss the most important thing. Correct. So we are giving you a habit of doing the PYQs, so that by near the exam, you already have done them twice or thrice.
Goga sir, we always talk about our GTs, why they are different. So kindly explain those to students.
So one thing which is very important, the grand tests, you need to, obviously you have practiced a lot of MCQ, you have studied a lot of theory, but finally you need to test yourself, where you are standing, where you need to work more hard. So that will come from the grand test. Now, why Cerebellum grand tests are different from any other platform? Because we do not want you to impress. We do not give the rare drugs. We do not give the rare syndromes. We do not give a very hi-fi question. But we will give those type of questions which are likely to be asked in the exam. Now, why we are saying that? Because the recent exam which was held, INI-CET exam, so most of the students who have got the marks, they have got plus minus 5 marks from the GTs they were giving at the last.
The INI-CET
so
Nov, yeah.
They were the actual exam, simulate the actual exam, similar type of questions will be there.
Goga sir, you have also brought something new, Q-based video explanations. So what are these and what's the concept behind it?
So when we give grand tests, So most of the students, they feel very difficult to revise them, or we can say analyze them.
Right.
So you have given a 200 MCQ question. Now when you start reading the explanations, number one, reading is little getting boring, and the students are not able to complete them, and many times they are taking 2 days, 3 days, 4 days also.
Right.
So then we thought of a solution that student can see all the important things and very quickly also. So what we did, we made the video explanation of all these questions to the point. So in 30 seconds or maximum 60 seconds, the question will be explained by the teacher. So now you can quickly finish in 3 to 4 hours all the 200 MCQs which have been asked in the GTs with the help of videos. So from videos, you can also come to know that how to approach that question if your approach is wrong.
So as sir said, Q-based, the crux of the answer, the point that was being tested, and important distractors in the question, everything is covered. When we started doing it, we realized that if we plan it properly, 60 seconds is more than enough to give you whatever is important in a question. And that's why, as sir said, 3 hours is enough to review a GT, which used to be a big problem. All right. So lap 1, which will mean that live classes, comprehensive classes with test and discussion, it will continue till October last week. After that, we'll have around 10, 12, 13 days for INI-CET exam. So there will be something called as marathon INI-CET. What is marathon? Basically, as the name suggests, large number of hours, long number of hours in a day, and all subjects covered. Usually in 70 to 80 hours, we cover the entire course before the exam.
So basically it will be complete revision, 10 hours a day for 7 to 8 days. So all the teachers will teach their subjects and all 19 subjects will be completed again.
Right. So once INI-CET is done, and we hope that a lot of you get selected, but after that the second lap will start, which will continue between INI-CET and NEET PG. Again, all the tests, all the subjects, ENDs would be taken. In case we get enough time, even some classes would be added, right? Like in this mission 2.0, all the classes were also taken in lap 2 along with the ENDs.
So basically it will depend upon the date of NEET PG.
Right.
So when that date is announced, we will see how many days we have. Accordingly, we will make that program, whether to give only ENDs or we need to add some lectures also.
And still we would not be done. Then we'll have lap 3 of NEET PG. Similar to marathon INI-CET, we'll have marathon NEET PG. Again, the idea is simple. Everything that is important should go into your brain in the last 10 days. So that you are able to recall important factual questions, even conceptual questions on the day of the exam. So if you follow this structure, you ensure at least 2 to 3 revisions before the exam. And revisions is what gets you success in the exam. So this is what structure is all about. We keep on talking about structure, schedule. This is how it will pan out. So again, there is slight difference in how should an intern approach this mission 3.0 and how should then post-intern without a job should approach the same. So most of the things are same, but for interns and post-interns who have a job, we say that you can also use quick revision videos or Cerebellum's rapid revision videos instead of mission classes. Sometimes if you're an intern and if you're coming back home at 6 o'clock, you do not have enough time to do all the mission classes. In that case, you can also use quick or rapid revision videos of Cerebellum. Other things remain the same. Even if you're following quick revision video, you have to take the END on the day of the test. You have to do the GTs, you have to do the late night PYQs, but this is where you can make some changes. As we say, interns have some advantage. They are fresh with the final year subject. Post interns have some advantage. They have more time. But finally, both of them have some disadvantages as well. So you can make some changes according to your needs.
So basically, according to your schedule of the internship, suppose you have a light posting. In that, I will advise that you do mission classes.
Right.
But suppose you have some hectic postings, you are getting very less time to study. So instead of doing the complete mission videos, you can go for quick revision videos.
And don't go into FOMO. In Cerebellum, so many classes are taken that even if you miss a point in a rapid revision video, that would be covered in one of the ENDs or one of the GTs or one of the marathons. But for those who are post interns without a job, who have a lot of time, this is the new gold standard in the preparation of NEET PG and INI-CET. 400-hour course getting you into top 5 of INI-CET. The numbers speak for itself. Other things you have to do: live ENDs, custom module, late night PYQ and GTs. This is a schedule. So we are starting from 2nd of July. So look, students, please look at this schedule. Pediatrics start day 2nd July, which means on 2nd of July the live class will start. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, in around 20 to 25 hours.
4 days.
4 days, classes would be completed, and then on 6th, there would be a test and discussion of the same thing. Similarly, after that, we have ortho, we have physio. So you'll see the shorter subjects have been given 2 or 3 days. Maximum subjects have been given 4 or 5 days, like Goga sir subjects has got 5 days, right? And there are certain breaks in between for you to have a breather and cover if something got lagging behind from your end. The bigger subjects like surgery, as you can see, surgery 1 has 4+1 and surgery 2 has 4+1, around 8 days for surgery.
8+1.
For medicine, I think we have 10 days.
Yes.
This is a tentative schedule. Some subjects may go up and down, but in a broad
Broadly,
manner,
this will be followed. Yeah.
Do this. All right. So on 27th of October, we will complete the lap 1, which is the more elaborate lap. And after that, we will start with the marathon INI-CET. Goga sir, anything you want to add?
No, most of that have been covered.
So how to use Mission 3.0? If you're a new student in Cerebellum, how to use it? You should watch live classes or videos. So on 2nd, you start with pediatrics. In the evening, you saw the class. Make some notes. We would recommend that you use the printed notes and make additions to them. In the morning of 3rd, if you're a post-intern without a job, revise it. In the afternoon, do a custom module or our midday module. And in the evening, the 2nd day would start. Similarly, 1st day, 2nd day, 3rd day, 4th day, continue to revise it. And then on the 5th day, you have your test and discussion. Appear for that test, attend the discussion, and that subject is over. Go to the next subject. In between, you will keep on having GTs so that your memory keeps on getting refreshed. Goga sir, one question. This GT thing, how long should the student wait before starting with the GTs?
So we'll say that do not wait at all. So when to give GTs? Today. So that is the right day. So whenever we conduct the GTs, you have to appear whether you have completed 1 subject or 10 subjects. Doesn't matter at all. So important thing is whatever subjects you have already completed. So make sure that you are not making mistakes in them. If you have not completed a subject, you are making mistake, doesn't matter. But keep on giving the GTs because that will give you a habit of attempting the paper. So how to finish the paper in 3 hours. And many things which are actually you are making mistakes in the exam will not happen if you have given a lot of GTs.
Correct. So continue with the course completion along with the schedule. All right. So Mission 3.0 is not only about live classes, right? First of all, in case you miss a live class, you can watch it. It would be recorded, it would be uploaded in the app along with the PDF. You can watch it the next day also. But Goga sir keeps on saying this thing, try not to miss a live class because the discipline that comes with the live class is something different. But say there's a subject in which you are very weak and you want to improve your knowledge. So you also get recorded main videos, the bigger videos, 1000 hours of content. And Cerebellum provides you both English as well as English videos, except for medicine. We are teaching Dilip sir Hindi, otherwise 18 other teachers are speaking in Hindi as well. And you also have rapid revision videos or quick revision videos. You have complete access to it. QBank, you get complete access. Although we say that use QBank in a smart manner in the last year of preparation. If you're in your 2nd year, 3rd year, final year, QBank is great. But if you're preparing, if you're an intern or if you're in post-intern, more of custom module, more of late night PYQ, more of midday module, then QBank. GTs are a part of it, late night PYQ marathon is a part of it, and BTR by Dr. Zainab is also a part of this program. Notes. Now this is a big question. Which notes to use? Goga sir.
So basically there are 3 types of notes in Cerebellum. One are the mission notes which are called as workbooks. Second, we have main notes which are of main videos, and third are the quick revision notes or which are for rapid revision videos. So what we recommend is to go for the this quick revision notes. They are the almost aligned to the mission classes, and you can also use workbooks if you have a habit of writing something, because there will be around 10 to 20% vacant spaces in the mission workbook to give you active recall. So you can, if you have a habit of writing, then go for mission workbook. Otherwise, we will advise to go for quick revision notes.
Even in quick revision notes, you'll have to write, and it's good.
Yes.
See, when you write a bit, it goes into your memory. It's retained better by your brain. So in both the cases, you'll have to write something, which is a good thing, right? It has been designed in that way to improve your recall. Timings of the classes, sir?
So classes will be evening 5:30 p.m. Daily the classes will be conducted from 5:30 p.m. and they will run till maybe 9:30, 10:30 depending upon the teacher.
So what if you miss a class?
So first thing, do not miss a class. Try not to miss as far as possible. But inadvertently, if you miss a class, you will get a recorded video the next day.
What if you have used another source? I am telling you one thing. Goga sir used to give a different answer for this question. But after NEET PG 24 and INI-CET 25, he's giving a different answer.
So I used to say that whichever source you have studied earlier, keep sticking to that only and just give ENDs and other things from here. But now my mind has totally changed. Now I will say that whatever source you have used earlier, now do it from Cerebellum only. Because we have seen the discipline which is being forced by Cerebellum plus the amazing teachers you will get here. You will forget every other source.
There were students who told us that, sir, whatever live classes we attended, we were able to complete it and revise it. And when we tried using some other resource, we were never able to complete it. So see, we always say teachers are good, but the structure that is here, that is the cherry on the top of the cake. So that is why follow the program end to end, and now the results speak for itself. I mean, strike rate of 86% with limited duration of content. So the results are great. So if you have yet not joined Cerebellum, you can go onto the website www.cerebellumacademy.com. In the plans, you will be able to see Mission 3.0 Batch 1. So join it, and on July 2nd, we are going to start with this very successful program. And we just hope that you follow it the way it has been scheduled, and we can promise you that if you give your best, the results would be amazing.
So see you in the live classes. Just follow the schedule. You don't need to apply your brain,
right,
because we have already applied a lot of brain in making this schedule. And mind you, this is not for one person. This is 20-year experience of around 16-17 teachers which have made this schedule. So you don't need to worry anything. Just follow the schedule and the success is guaranteed. So all the best.